Assalamu alaikum, dear friends and fellows. How are you? I welcome you here on my training channel. My name is Abdul Khalik. Dear friends, look, we the humans are much better communicator. We are a very good communicator by all the human race as compared to the rest of the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Dear friends, look, apart from being a good communicator, those people who are relatively better communicator as compared to the people around them, these people become the leader, these people become the prominent people, these people are liked and cherished by the others, these people become the teachers and the mentors and the coaches. Why? Because the communication matters and matters a lot really. So it was said somewhere that all problems are communication problems. I don't know to what extent this is true, but one thing is there, that the communication, the skill of communication matters and matters a lot really. Today we have made it a topic of our discussion, and once we are going to debate upon it, once we are going to delve into the further discussion, we have chosen certain tips, certain things which are eight in number. I think each one of these eight tips are important enough. Let's look upon and let's try to practice each one of these eight tips. And I believe by doing this thing, we will become a far better, far good communicator. The first of all, it is the first thing is they listen more than they speak. They listen more than they speak. Mean we have got one tongue but the two ear. People say it actually means that we have to speak much less and we have to listen far more. So, dear friend, I think it is indeed something very beneficial. Those who are the good listeners, those who listen actively, they people get a lot of information. They people get a lot of insight. They people are better able to understand the other people. On the one hand, it gives the respect to other people if at all we are listening to them actively and attentively. On the other hand, we get a lot of new information and insights out of the talk of another person. So that is the first thing. Listen more than you speak. So the now the second is they adopt their communication style according to their audience. The kind of person you are talking to, the kind of person we are interacting with, I think we need to know their educational, their family background, the area where they're living, certain other important information about these people. In this way, we are better able to adjust ourselves. We are better able to adopt how to how to deal specifically, how to communicate specifically to this person or to this group of person. So the third is they understand the power of body language. It was said earlier by somebody that most of the communication is non-verbal. So what is this non-verbal communication? It is our body language, it is our facial expression, and of course it is our gesture, the way we are moving our hand. People are better able to understand the other person simply by their body language as well. Even if at all they don't speak a word, those people who are good at it, they can understand the psyche of another person. So I think that we need to understand this thing as well, the body language, the facial expression, and of course our gesture. So this is the third thing. Now, the fourth is, dear brothers, they keep their emotions in check. We, the humans, are naturally emotional, but we need to regulate our emotion. If at all we are very raw as per the expression of these emotions are concerned, I believe it is going to create plenty of problems for us. And if at all we want to avoid those problems, so this thing has to be adopted. Regulating your emotion, so that is, they keep their emotions in check. Now the fifth is, out of the eight, they are clear, concise and simple during the talk. Indeed, do not use the difficult terminology at all. Do not use the difficult terminology at all. So, my dear friends and fellows, I think and I believe that we should be very simple. We should be very simple on the one hand, simple, clear, and concise. And if at all we are simple, clear, and concise in our talk, I think we will be liked because of our style, because it is quite effective. If at all we are simple, clear, and of course concise. Being concise is also important. If at all we are talking too lengthy, I think it will be bad. And if at all we are not clear, if at all we are not concise, it is bad in every sense. So now the sixth is they show genuine empathy. Yes, being empathetic. Empathy is one of the top qualities of a human being. We need to become sympathetic. We need to become empathetic. Empathy, putting ourselves into the shoes of another person, putting ourselves into the shoes of another person, and then we are better able to understand the situation. And I think once we do that, we will start believing that if I were in their position, I too would have been doing the same thing. So, dear friends and fellows, they show genuine empathy. Now, the seventh is they are comfortable with silence. They are comfortable with silence. Means some of the people think that I need to fill the space and I need to keep talking. As a matter of fact, silence matters and matters a lot, because if at all we are silent in our we spend the time some of the time in the silence. Silence does matter. It protects us from many of the problems, because it provides us an opportunity to listen the information, to get the information, to process the information, and then of course to be able to formulate our responses. That is the silence. They are comfortable with silence because we are better able to receive the information. We are better receptive, so that is why we have received the information from the other person, and we are processing it, and then of course we will be formulating our response according to that. Now the eighth and the last is they ask thoughtful question. They ask thoughtful question. What is this, by the way? Thoughtful and open-ended question. Open-ended, not mean the question which are meant to say which will be responded with yes or no. Rather, it will be open. It should be an open-ended question, so that whatever type of answer they want to give, they should be able to give. So that is, because a genuinely interested, be genuinely interested in their thoughts and insights. Be genuinely interested in their thoughts and in their insights. Create an engaging and impactful, create an engaging and impactful dialogue. So, dear friend, they ask thoughtful questions. So, these are the eight things which can make us a great communicator. And believe me, being a good communicator, it matters, and it matters a lot, and it gives us a special place in the society, because all those who are the good communicators, they do receive a very good place here. That's all from me at the moment. Thank you very much.